Hey guys, it is talk time with Hester and Whitehurst. We actually are creating this video to kind of explain something that we do in the spring semester in 5th grade that really assists with their math knowledge. So we're going to introduce talking about what we call countdown to STAAR, also known as blackouts, if you ever hear your scholar refer to blackouts. So the past 2 weeks, Mrs. Whitehurst and I in class have done Blackout Series 1 with your scholars. What a Blackout series or Countdown to STAAR math series is a little stapled packet with 7 pages, front and back, of 50 problems total. These 50 problems encompass every math standard that we cover this year, that your scholar is responsible for having the knowledge of. Now, at about this point in the year, we've covered approximately half of our math standards or TEKS. A little more perhaps, but there is still a lot of knowledge that they have yet to learn. And so with this tool, we kind of cover mini lessons whenever we come across a standard that we haven't learned yet and teach it to them bit by bit. And each week, since this is a weekly thing, they get stronger and stronger at that standard. It also reviews standards that we started back in August that may not be the most fresh material on their brains. With that, we wanted them to be super successful at Series 1. So we covered all 50 problems together, and it took up about half an hour each day that we worked on it in the past 2 weeks. We also provide this on these first couple of series as workspace so that they can see that this is not adequate space to show all of their math work, but something like this or a regular sheet of paper, conserving trees, would, because we have plenty of paper in our classrooms, and they just cut them into dividing them to show their work on different problems. See how they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Anywho, where do I go next? Ms. Whitehurst wants me to talk. Okay, I'm gonna step into the fact that they're going to receive Series 2 tomorrow, January the 11th. We don't even know our dates. No, we're not stopping. I'm not covering 3 minutes again. And they're receiving it tomorrow, Friday, January 11th, and the expectation is that they will have it completed by the following Friday, January 18th. Now, with that, there are 50 problems. Those 50 problems are not all an expectation to be homework. We are going to start off by circling the problems that we have not yet covered. So this number 1, down in the corner, it says 10A. That's the standard. We haven't covered that standard yet. So Mrs. Whitehurst in class are going to cover all of these that are circled. Everything that's not circled is material that they have already learned. So they should very well know how to do it. If they need a refresher, if they have a question about those that are not circled, of course, we will be happy to answer those questions for them, because we believe that questions lead to learning because they're growing in their knowledge with it. So we would be happy to help them with those. But the expectation is that they will do those that aren't circled on their own time. We are giving it to them on a Friday because that would give them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7 days to work on this countdown. Now, the amount that's circled right now on Series 2 is 25 problems. So that's half of the blackout that Mrs. Whitehurst and I will cover with your scholar, and they are going to be responsible for the other 25. So if they broke that down per day, what is 25 divided by 7, Miss Whitehurst? A little over 3 problems a day, maybe 4 problems a day. And then they could have a break on some of the days. Or if they do not want to work on the weekends, and they can break it up over the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday period. But it's really up to your scholar. The reason we're kind of giving you this heads up is so that you're not overwhelmed, so that they're not procrastinators and do it at the very tail end, but so that we can all grow in this together. What else was I going to touch on? We're not going to state that it's going to happen every week, because we have 12 weeks, including spring break, until our time of STAAR math. However, we are starting it now so that we can have that major growth by the time we decide to stop. A couple of weeks before STAAR, we will stop and we'll have review. We kind of have a little boot camp. We call it Rapid Review Week, and we make this a fun time. But more than anything, we do this so that they feel confident, they feel extra excited about the fact that they know how to tackle these math problems. If you are noticing a particular standard that your scholar tends to have trouble in over and over, we have little papers called Fast Focus that hits up just one specific standard. Like if it was that number 110A, it would have 4 questions, two sets of 4 questions that cover 10A. And we are happy to provide your scholar with any standard they need, and they will see that they're going to start practicing those later in our semester. What happens once they get this in on Friday morning? I told them that Mrs. Whitehurst and I do not sit up here and grade all weekend long 50 problems on every one of our scholars' papers, but they get the practice on Friday of coming in, having their completed blackout. We hand them a Scantron and they fill in 1 through 50. So number 1, this gives them practice in not making a transfer error. And 2, there's immediate results with that. Once we have your scholars blackout and they fill in that Scantron, we are then able to take all of our Scantrons and go scan them and get them immediate results. They probably won't receive those results on Friday. They'll probably receive them on Monday, because after school is the time period that we will go scan them and print their results. What those results will do for them, number 1, is show them where their weaknesses are, what standards they need to work in. Number 2, they're going to be worth 2 points apiece, so this is going to be graded on a weekly basis. We've kind of made that unknown to them. You're going to see that by each blackout that comes through each week, like series 3, 4, 5, there's going to be less and less circled problems. So your scholar will become more responsible for a higher number of problems each week. We have set the expectation and the tone. They know what to do. We just really want to ensure you have the understanding of what we're doing, and really to have understanding of our purpose, and not that we're just mean math teachers that want to give your student an excess amount of work, because we did make it very clear that we still have all of our regular curriculum that we're still teaching on top of this review, okay? So we don't want it to become a daunting task, overwhelming. We're trying to make it fun, positive, lighthearted. In fact, in the end, we're going to be offering prizes and such. So is there anything else we can add? Not that I can think of. Okay. Please email us with any questions that you may have. Let your scholar know that we're happy to answer any of your needs. So we appreciate your time. the level that this has taken our scholars to in past years has been exponential. So if you are a repeat parent of us, this is something that our scholars have done. I've been here the last 5 years, so Mrs. Whitehurst and I have both done these the last 5 years. And I kind of told my students it takes a scholar that may be here right now up here. And it's just because it's that repetition of all of our standards. So with that understanding, we hope you're on board. And if you're not, call us and we can hopefully sell you on it. Maybe we'll even take you out for coffee or something. Okay, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.